Welcome to Tejano Time. That's right. I'm your host, Mr. Keith Leal, and there is a great show we're going to have for you guys today, man. So again, welcome aboard. If you guys are watching right now, share the video as well. Okay, Tejano Time. I'm your host, Keith Leal. We got a very special guest co-host up on the top box, a good friend of mine, Mr. Xavier Garza, Havo G, out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Welcome to the show, Havo.
Man, it's so good to be here, Keith. I've been wondering when you were going to invite me to Tejano Time. Houston, Texas, surrounding areas. It's so good to be here, coming to you live from the 361. It's an honor, brother.
Awesome. And today, yeah, we're talking. Yeah, we're fine on our end. Okay, so we're talking boxing today. All right, guys. We got two great boxers. We got a three-time world champion with us. We also have amateur, Mr. John White, as well, who is got a lot under his belt already. You know what I mean? That's the local from Waller, Texas, outside of Houston. Is with us today, and we'll get in on the chat with him as well. Brandon Lee as well. It's the Brandon Figueroa. We're talking about Brandon Heartbreaker Figueroa. Okay, so he's got a lot of stuff that he's got under his belt as well, and a lot of great things in store for him that's up and coming. So we'll be getting on that. If you guys want to comment anything or anything, drop it in the box for these guys as well. If you guys want to have some questions for them that maybe you're want to ask, drop them in the box. We'll be more than glad to give it to these guys and hand it over and see if they would like to answer any of your questions, which I'm sure they would. I don't think they would have any issues with that. So it's again, we're going to get started here with the Tejano Time. Welcome everybody that's tuned in. Share the video as well. We are streaming live on Facebook, and we're also streaming it live on our YouTube channel as well at the Tejano Time podcast as well. All right. So again, thank you guys for joining us, John, Brandon, Habo, again on this Thursday night. We never do a podcast on a Thursday night. I'm not sure what happened this week, but we did it. I'm not working. That's one thing. So I'm off today. So that worked out just great. So anyhow, let's get started. We want to welcome to the show these guys here. Let's start with John. John, you're what, 30 years old, John?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Big 30, man.
30,
young 30.
30 years old from Waller, Texas. So you've been training as an amateur, from 2015 to 2016.
Yeah, I did that. I trained at a few different gyms, man. Actually, initially, I started my interest in boxing in 2011 with David Donna's Boxing Academy.
Okay.
In Houston. And man, I was there for about a week, and then travel time didn't work out, so I ended up finding Main Street when I moved out to Humble, Texas.
Okay.
So that's where I've been at ever since, man.
So ever since. So that's like you said, from 2016 up until 2020 to current right now, right? Currently you're there.
Yeah.
That's cornered and coached under pro stars. We're talking about Pablo Antonio Cruz, Isaac hit first, hit last. Got a lot of great people, man, behind you.
Yeah, Isaac, man, Pablo, Jesse, and there's another amateur boxer, man, up and coming, Andreas. Okay. I believe, man. Crazy thing is, man, he sent me a picture, man. He took a picture with Brandon before.
Oh, really?
So, okay. Yeah, man, in the ring, man. So he sent me a picture. He like, man, I gotta tune in on this one. He said I seen him before, so he sent me that picture. That was pretty nice, man. Just for him to also be around great people. So.
Oh yeah.
Mr.
White, go ahead, Habo.
White, are you? Now, when I was reading your bio, do you train as well as, I know you train some amateurs, you said, right? Are you working with young guys? You're training them as well, or just training yourself?
Did you hear that, John?
No, I couldn't hear.
Oh, he could not hear you. He's asking, are you training with amateurs, or are you training, are you training amateur? Training yourself, basically.
Yes, actually, we have amateur classes, man, and I'm working overnight, so sometimes I hit the classes, sometimes I'm in the gym in the morning. I also trained at Lou Savarese gym out there in Bel Air. So a lot of my training, I get there when I, get some mid work, some bag work. Most importantly is the sparring, man. So that's what I try to get around to. Main Street, it's a lot of good sparring there. Tuesdays and Thursdays, man. So just anywhere I can, I'm that guy where anywhere I can get some work, anywhere I can get some training, I'm there because my schedule is also busy. So um,
Yeah.
I try to do as much as I can, throughout the week.
Now, Mr. White, I understand you want to be a professional fighter. What is the difference with hundreds of other fighters that are boxing? What does it entail to become a professional, my brother?
Well, you gotta be,
You can't hear me?
man. You gotta be 100% dedicated. You gotta be 100%
Okay.
dedicated. And one
Right.
thing I can see is, from the pros at my gym, they're there every morning. I speak to a lot of them through social media. Um, they're not missing days of training. Even if it's before a fight or if they're getting ready for a fight, you know, we training.
The professional fighters are usually the first ones there and the last ones to leave. So you're being inspired on how to become a professional. So that's a good thing. You're working out with some of these guys that are already pro boxers, and that's where you want to get. Tell us a little
Exactly.
about more how extensive, how excruciating are your workouts these days as you enter this road of trying to be a professional fighter?
And
I know now.
I'm normally in the gym 2 to 3 hours a day.
Okay.
I'm normally in the gym 2 to 3 hours a day. Um, it's a lot of things I work on that that I might not see in sparring. Uh, Try to just get the techniques and my form correct. I just want to make sure that uh, I try to keep that gas under me. So that's where the sparring comes in. You can train all day on the bag. You can train all day running. And the sparring is just a different level, man. Especially, you get that guy, man, with 5 lungs. And the training there is just a different game.
I also wanted to ask you. I mean, I'm going to act. I don't know anything about boxing, so I'm going to ask you as a newbie. Okay, back in the days, people would work out, lifting weights, and all that. If you remember Rocky with the movie Drago, he had all these futuristic workout plans and stuff. Has it changed much? I mean, are you guys doing some futuristic workouts or things you hook up to your body? Is it different nowadays when you train for boxing?
Man, I just think it just depends on who your trainers are. I see a lot of trainers do different things, and I see a lot of training is different between amateur and pro level. Some things you don't get introduced to until you become a pro, and they see the necessity of you needing certain uh, tools and trainers and stuff like that. But mostly in amateurs, it's I mean, it's almost like I believe it's the same as pro as far as point systems and stuff like that. So when it comes to training, most of the time, we're training to keep going, to keep swinging, to keep punching. For a pro level, man, maybe a lot of people train for knockouts. It's just, I think it's different. It just depends on who your trainer is.
Right. Um, Being that you're on the road to be a professional, where are you mentally? Do you feel you're prepared to go professional, or do you think you need some more work at it?
I definitely need more work, man. I'm gonna just come off the top and say that. Definitely need more work. Um, I'm enjoying my amateur career right now, and I still say I got a few years in it. Uh, it's something I don't want to rush. I see a lot of guys rush and go pro, and they not ready. Clearly
I hear
Brandon is ready, man.
Yeah.
not.
Brandon was ready when he did it, man. I'm a I kind of look at his film too. I look at a lot of guys, man. I watch a lot of film, and not that I watch the film so that I can I don't really just take those tools and go to the gym with it because it don't work like that. But I like to see other people's drive, man, and to see if we kind of relate in certain ways. And I relate with a lot of boxers as far as having the passion and the will. If you had a passion and the will mentally, you can go as far as you want to, man.
That's
Yeah.
great. What are some of the boxers that inspire you the most?
Yeah, I'm gonna just come right off the top, man. My favorite boxer was Ali, man.
Okay.
Um, as far as inspiration, watching those movies growing up inspired me to, put a heavy bag on a tree in the backyard. So, uh, I mean, sometimes you go through those things in life, where you just, you have to go to it and come back to it, But boxing, that was one thing, man. I learned late. Uh, you gotta stay around if you want to get better. You gotta stay around. You gotta keep working. Otherwise, you find yourself, you keep having to work back to that same level.
Hmm. Yeah. So,
I mean,
go ahead. Go ahead, Habo. Go ahead.
I gotta ask you a question, and I don't want to just keep asking, but I'm very curious to know. You're 30 years old. Okay, it's not just starting late in the game, but when did you decide this is what you want to do? This is what you're going to become a fighter. When was that? What age were you when you say, you know what? I think I want to become a boxer someday.
Man, I believe I was 18 years
Okay.
old when I first decided. Uh, uh, Everybody had their opinions on when is a late start for boxing and stuff like that. And you
Yeah.
look at Evander Holyfield, he started late. It's a few other names out there that started late, but for me, the fact that I've been learning here and there, it's kind of gave me an advantage when I walked into the gym. I kind of knew already a lot more than some of the other amateurs that were there. For me, it was just getting my conditioning in shape. Um, but I believe, even at 30 years old, like Manny Pacquiao fought 38 years old, man.
Nice.
So that's an 8 year difference from me. So I kind of give myself that hope, and God's willing, you know, that my heart is into it. So uh, I believe I'm on the right path with the right
I,
people. You
I
know,
believe too. If you've been fighting since you were 18, on 30 now, that's got 12 years you've been doing it. And like they say, it doesn't happen overnight. If it happens overnight, it lasts overnight. So you've been putting in work to get to this point. So I see you. I see your preparation, and I think you're ready, man. I mean, that's 12 years of pure training and learning from some of your favorite boxers and stuff. My man on the side there looking off, modelish right there, Brandon Lee. We haven't forgot you, brother. I see you, man.
Yes.
Go ahead, King. I don't want to bore you
No, no,
and
no, no.
find out
I
about
mean, no, and we appreciate you waiting, stay, Brandon. Patiently. You know what I mean. Stay. We like again. He's got a lot of stuff under his belt. This guy right here. I mean, we're talking about just Brandon Figueroa. We're talking Weslaco, Texas. Okay, RGV. We're talking about Puro 956 is with us today. All right, three-time
three-time
world
world
champion.
champion.
Yeah.
El rompe corazones, bro. El rompe corazones, the heartbreaker. Look out, man. And we got to start right there with the heartbreaker stuff. How did that come about, man? Who named you that?
I remember I used to fight a lot amateur in Mexico because we live in a border city, Weslaco, where it's 15 minutes away from Mexico. So we would always travel to Mexico to do amateur boxing, me and my older brother. And I remember I was like 7, 8 years old. You're talking about a white complected kid with blue eyes, dark hair. All my other siblings, my parents, they're all brown skin, brown
Americano.
eyes. So yeah, so I basically came out, really white complected with blue eyes. A lot of people thought that my mom had kidnapped an American baby every time she'd cross me. So they would always question her.
Oh, yeah, Brandon.
And every
I gotta ask you now. When you say you went into Mexico, brother, did you go to Las Fronteras or did you go deep into Mexico?
Not just Rio Bravo, Reynosa, La Fronteras. That's where my family was from.
Okay,
They were also from a border, Rio Bravo. So yeah, I basically grew up a lot in Mexico. And I remember 7, 8 years old walking into the arena to fight. There was a row of little girls that they were like, "Oh, ya llegó el rompecorazones" in Spanish, which stands for heartbreaker in English. So ever
so
since then, it has been my nickname ever since then.
se te
Wow.
pegó el nombre, bro.
Yeah.
And from what I'm reading right now, you're living the life, bro. You were in a music video, and now you
Yes.
did a movie. I mean, what's going on here, bro? You're mixing boxing with stardom, man, and being a movie star? Tell us about that a little bit.
No, yes, sir. Yeah, these are just opportunities that come my way, and I have to take advantage of them. I know a lot of amenities come with my career, and at the end of the day, I gotta do me, and I gotta take care of my future family, of me, and my current family. So as of right now, I'm just trying to do a little bit of everything. I love trying new things. I love new experiences and gaining knowledge from here and there. So I'm just excited for what's to come.
That's great, man. Keith, go ahead, brother.
No, we're talking about, like you said, he landed a role.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure where that echo is coming from, but we have an echo that's coming from everybody's mic over there. I'm not sure if it's somebody has got maybe their phone.
Is that better?
Yes, that was you.
Went crazy over here and picked up another speaker from next door. I don't know what's up, bro. But listen, it's so good to be here with you guys, especially you boxing right now. It's an honor to be here with you guys, and seeing you launching off your career, Mr. White. 12 years in the game. Of course, my man Brandon right here. When is your next fight? How do you guys prepare? I'm always, I wonder about you guys. Does your whole demeanor change? I know I've heard rumors about you guys can't have sex like 30 days before a fight. Tell us a little bit about your livelihood right before a fight. Is there any truth to that?
Who wants to start off? John, you want to start it off?
Yeah.
Go ahead, White.
Anyone, just toss it up.
Hey, man. I don't really focus on that, man. Not even on a daily basis. So, you know, preparing for a fight, man. You're more locked into training than anything, man. You don't want no distractions. I'm gonna just be honest.
A distraction.
And I believe most of the boxers are the same way. In my opinion, if you're in boxing, I mean, it's not really a game, man, that you just play around and to just sit there and have females all in your ear, or me, I'm married, man, so I got a wife, man, so uh that don't be my focus, man. That don't be my focus at all, man.
I get raised the question right before a fight. From what I hear, whether you're married or not, with your wife or your significant other, you're basically trained not to have any sex before a fight because it makes you weak during your match. Is there any truth to that?
uh I don't know, Brandon.
Come
What
on,
do you
Heartbreaker.
think, man? On your end, on my end, man. We don't even discuss stuff like that. With my coach, they don't never, they never came before a fight. Say, hey, man, just lock it up, zip it up, 30 days or 2 months before, nothing like that. 'Cause
I
I
just
guess
thought
man. Maybe some people, man. Maybe some people need it before, man. I don't know. Maybe let that aggression out.
Yeah. I mean, as far as me, I'm locked in 100%. I stopped drinking alcohol 3 months before my fight. Focus. The way I prepare is literally my whole demeanor changes. I become detached from all my emotional ties from back home. That's why I like to leave home. I don't like to be in the comfortability of my own home. I like to be focused, locked in. Boxing is a crazy sport. You have to really tap into that inner, I guess, monster, and really, really let yourself be taken by that. Because if you're not, if you're a really emotional person, you let things get to you easily. You're not gonna make it in a fight. I'm so used to leaving home for training camp. I was just in training camp in San Antonio for 4 weeks. I just got back home last night. I'm just gonna be here 4 days. I fly out Monday to Vegas to finish camp over there for 2.5 months. So I'm locked in, man. As far as the sex thing goes, uh, I mean, to me, if you guys believe me or not, but I think it was my seventh or eighth pro fight. I think I had 6 hours before my fight, and I mean, I went out there and I completely dominated the guy, got him out of there in the second round. But I mean, to me, I think it's a myth. But I that was the first time I tried it and the last time I tried it, because I would never risk that ever again. But uh, with that being said, I tried it, because I'm an extremist. I like to try everything to the extreme. If I do something, I'm gonna try to make sure that I do it above and beyond. I don't know why. I just like to challenge myself. And I heard that myth, so I was like, you know what? I want to bust this myth, and I tried it. And I mean, it didn't affect me, but I would not try it again. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I had to ask because it's out there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Another question that I have that's very important: how is it differ when you fight, obviously in your hometown, as opposed to fighting out of town? Does your demeanor change? Are you the same person, or does the audience get to you when they're chanting the other boxer's name? How does that work for you guys?
I mean, no, I mean, I feel like it's you gotta have that fight in you wherever you're at. I mean, yeah, I guess your family and friends being there adds that little extra emotion. But other than that, man, I mean, once I'm in the ring, I completely block out everyone. I mean, once I'm in training camp in general, I block out everyone. I detach myself from everyone. I become really cold hearted. And yeah, I mean, it's something that I have to do. It's something that comes with my career, something that comes with my job. And I mean, it's been working out for me so far. So I mean, why stop what's working for me? And I know a lot of people don't understand. I know maybe John may understand the part where you really have to tap in and you really have to be cold hearted and sometimes not even reply to your friends or just you just got to be locked in, focus. It has to be eat, sleep, poop, box, and repeat. That's the way I see it, and I feel like that's the way I'm in the position right now because I sacrifice a lot of things for boxing. I'm 100% locked in when it comes to training, and I give it my all, man. I don't care who I'm fighting. If I'm fighting a guy with a losing record, if I'm fighting a guy that's undefeated, I'm still gonna work the same. I'm still gonna bust my ass,
Yep.
regardless. And I want to go out there and dominate. That's the name of the game is to go out there and win in spectacular fashion every time. And in my case, I mean, I just want to go out there and do what I do, which is fight. I love training and fighting. I love the whole process. I love that mentality that I go into, that mindset, that demeanor. And I feel like boxing is more about breaking your opponent's demeanor and will. A lot of people don't see it that way, but every time I step in the ring, I'm not trying to beat you. I'm trying to beat you mentally. I'm trying to break you down mentally, physically, everything. I'm trying to get you out of there. But first, I have to exhaust you mentally because a lot of people, a lot of fighters don't know that especially in professional wise, is it's chess. In there, you have to play chess. You have to move your pieces, and you have to break him down mentally. Even if it comes to smiling in his face when he hits you with a good shot, or when you go ooh when you hit him with a good body shot. Just those little minor things that are
Uh,
psychological that
let,
will get you the win. That will get
Mhm.
you the win.
hold
Yeah.
on.
Are you there, Havo?
I'm here. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Okay. I
Okay,
thought you were
good,
going to
good
say
answer.
something.
I'm sorry about that. Also want to ask you about breaking into that next man's mind, Mr. White, both of you guys. What about trash talk? Trash talk before a fight. Do you guys do much of that? Does it bug you? Guys talking about you and I'm gonna bust your head in. I mean, how do you stay cool? Or do you try trash talk back?
Man, you got to keep your composure in the ring, no matter what. You got to keep your composure. And sometimes that trash talk, man, you know, you might remember a little bit of it. Uh, I haven't really experienced too much trash talk, so I won't speak on it as much. But as far as my outlook on it, what I see with others, man, you just can't let it get to you. But you can let it motivate you though.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had my fair share of smack talkers. But I'm the type, man. I don't care what you can say, whatever you want. The only way you can respond to that is in a ring. I like to talk in a ring. If you guys know me in my interviews, I don't like to talk smack. They can talk smack all they want, but I know once we step in a ring, it's a whole different ball game. Those words are not gonna mean nothing in there. Only my punches, actions. So to me, is I let my hands do the speaking for me when I'm inside the ring, and I love it. I love when it's trash talk because it makes him want to beat him up even more. So yeah.
Definitely get you on that.
That's
Again,
what
we
I
want to
thought.
jump in here. Yeah. That's what
Go
he
ahead.
thought. Yes, there we go. Again, Havo, let me just get to this right quick, man, so that way we can get some of these comments out of the way. As to, if you guys have any questions for the guys, go ahead and drop them in the comment box. We'll definitely get them out there. As to Javier is also watching as well, right here. Uh, let's see here. This guy here, Team Figueroa, he says here. We got Gil Gonzalez as well. Saludos desde Encinitas, California. Wow, awesome. Good for
Up.
tuning in. Good luck to both fighters here from Abby as well, who's watching. If you guys have any questions for the guys, feel free to drop them in the comment box. We'll get to those as we continue the broadcast here again, as we continue the show. But I found the video. I got the video. I had a little trouble earlier on this afternoon getting the video. The video that we were talking about that he has a cameo inside of. I mean, a video from Magali de la Rosa. Okay, which I mentioned earlier. So I do have the video, and I want to play that video so that way you guys get a good feel of what he does or what he has done. He's involved in a lot of things in the community. We're talking about Brandon here. He does a lot of things for his community there in the valley. Being Magali de la Rosa is actually, I believe, from Far, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. And he actually did an appearance in one of her videos that she released, which was her debut single, not debut single, but the first single off her latest album. Now, John's probably going to freak out here when he hears the song, but don't worry, John, just hang tight. We're going to be right back here, so don't freak out. He's been around a lot of that type of music, so I know he's not going to trip.
But let's play hey, man, I like all type of music. Bring it on, man. I like all type of music.
There we go. I want to play it, though. Havo has not heard the song yet, if I'm not mistaken. You might have when you hear it, but you picture to his face right now is just it's not snapping, but he'll get there. But check this one out. We're going to be back with the guys here in just a few minutes. Again, this is from Magali de la Rosa. The song is Quiero que vuelvas. Okay, so as Brandon's got a cameo here in this video. I believe it's one she did, I guess, off the first single. Check this out, though. We'll be right back, guys.
Ya tengo tiempo que busco un amor, alguien que me haga sentir como lo hiciste tú.
Awesome, 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 right there. Awesome video. I believe we lost Brandon. We'll try to get him right back right now. I just sent over a message. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, that
Hey,
was a video there. You've never heard the song? How
you
about?
know, let me tell you, he looks like a young Elvis, bro. That guy's a movie star. He's a movie star, natural movie star, boxer. I think he's got it going on, especially from that video getting picked up into a movie. So the guy's on his way. Either way, he's got two roads he can choose from. Either he's going to go the professional boxing or go into the movie roles because he's definitely got the look and the ability to act. So, in case you guys don't know, I shoot music videos myself for Freddie Records. Keith, you may know, I've
Yeah,
done Michael Salgado, Eli Dayavante, Signo, just to name a few, Jimmy Gonzalez. But it's always difficult to find good actors to be in the video. So whoever casted him, they knew what they were doing when they picked him up, man. He's amazing.
yes, definitely, definitely. He's got, like I said, he's got a lot of things. He does a lot of stuff for the community back home, and with the help of his parents and support of his parents as well. I believe in December he has a what is it called, a Christmas posada every December. So that's he does a lot of things to give back to his community there in the RGV. So he's got a lot going on for him.
So I
Go
have
ahead.
to find you a music video. Have to get you in a music video, baby.
Hey man,
I'm just wondering.
I do gospel rap, man. I do gospel rap, man.
Hey, okay, so you're no stranger to videos. I'm sure you've done a few videos already.
No, I haven't got to the videos, man. But I've done a few songs, man. A few songs
Good for
with my
you.
brother. Yeah,
Well, aside
yeah.
boxing, you're gonna have
I
to
want
send
to
me.
have,
You're
yeah,
gonna
man.
have to
I
send me
can.
some of your video.
I got some of the songs on YouTube, man. Yo, my music group with my older brother, man. So that was our gospel group coming out of church, man. So Yo, my music group. You can Google it on YouTube. It's a few songs down
Awesome,
Excellent.
wonderful, wonderful, definitely. So
Now, can we bring
yeah,
him back?
yes,
I'm
I'm
just,
actually
I'm
trying to
just
get him on right
wondering.
now.
I'm just wondering if he got embarrassed with the video. Said, "I'm out of here."
there. Yeah, man. I want to ask. I want to ask him how was that coffee, man.
Now, let me see if we can try to get him back on here. I'm just waiting on a reply right quick. I'm not sure what happened there. He might have ended up logging off, but he has to get. I'm not sure if I have to resend him a link, but he should be able to get back in with what he has there. So we'll double check that. But in the meantime, John, what your next fight? When do you have? You have another fight that's coming up, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to fight July 29th. That'll be at the FX3 Beast show.
Okay.
Uh, so uh, that's here in about 23 days. So thing is
Awesome.
with amateurs, man, is a good match. Especially they go by age and weight.
Mhm.
I believe a lot of times they don't put a 30-year-old in there with an 18-year-old, 19-year-old. I don't see a
Right.
lot of that on the bout sheets. So um,
Now,
my
John.
coach up to my coaches, get me ready, man. You know.
So, John, let me ask you this: how far before a fight do you get to find out who you're fighting, and do you receive videos and you start studying him? Is it like 10 days out, 15 days out, or do you have videos of your opponent already to
Uh,
study?
unless you know who you're fighting, which or unless you know the guy, I've done some research, which I'm sure it's probably not hard for them to find out where I'm at. I got two Instagram pages, so I don't really go and study the guy. You don't really get that time frame every fight,
Mhm.
so sometimes you don't know
Okay.
until the day of. Uh,
Whoa, whoa.
yeah, you've never seen
Yeah,
that guy until the day of.
you
Wow.
see that?
But
That's
now I'm a
why.
little. If you go in the Gulf Coast tournaments, it's a little different. When you get into the Gulf Coast tournaments, because at that point, I believe a week out during that week, you know who you fighting. They release the bout sheets on the Instagram page. If you go to Instagram, you can keep up with Gulf Coast uh, through through their page, and they list the bout sheets, and you can catch a lot of the tournaments, and you know. It's pretty handy when it comes to everybody wants to see who's fighting who, and if you don't get around to get to that person, you can actually see your opponent from the bow sheet.
Well, want to wish you the luck, man. I've interviewed tons of people, tons of artists, so many guys, but I see your frame of mind, how concentrated you are, you're answering. I think you're ready, man. I think you're ready for this fight. I know you've been working out and training for this fight. I don't know what happened to Brandon. Did I embarrass him? Did I ask crazy questions? I don't know. I don't know. You see what you get, Keith, for inviting Habo G?
Yeah, no, I don't. I think he probably just lost charge on his device. I'm thinking his phone, because I know he just came off of another podcast prior to ours, so he'd been that's his second one already for the evening. So he could have lost charge, and you know how that goes.
I'm just hoping I wasn't out of hand with my questions. I'm just trying to find out more about the behind the scenes. What goes into these guys' mind. Even down to the stare down. That stare down gets serious. A lot of times, they end up fighting right there. How is it for you, Mr. White, when you do a stare down with somebody?
So amateurs, we don't do stare downs. But
I don't know that.
you find your you just find your rhythm, man. And at the same time, especially what I see, like my friend Andy, man, Andreas Barrera, you'll hear him a lot too. He's up and coming off in the Gulf Coast. And a lot of times, you'll fight the same fighters, and sometimes, like I don't know if you hear Devin Haney and Garcia and Tank, and when they talk a lot about the amateur fights, they fight each other, 3 times, before they even hit a big stage. So it's just a lot harder, I believe, to get that fight professionally for some of the fighters. Amateurs, man, I think you talk to the coach, and if they feel that you're fit or they feel that y'all match pretty well, it'll be a good fight. Then I believe they roll along with it. And most importantly, you got to take care of yourself and get yourself ready and prepare. If the coach don't feel like you're ready to get out there, or you haven't put in enough work or enough training, they definitely not letting you out there. So
that makes
it's
a lot of
because consistency, man. Consistency.
Mhm.
I work a lot, so I have to balance it out, and
Yeah.
it's brain wrecking, man. If I don't go to sleep without doing some type of shadow boxing or something, man, or some workout, man, it kind of bothers you a lot. So you really got to stay focused, man.
You said you work a lot. Aside being a you know a rapper, Christian rapper, boxing, is there anything else you do as a profession?
Um, I barbecue, man. I got my own barbecue business.
What? Come on,
Yeah.
man. Are you
Um,
there? You see, that's what I'm talking about. You got your home style recipes and stuff.
yes, sir. Yes,
Did you
sir.
have a
Right off of my trailer, man. I don't have a building, but I'm right off of my trailer. I do a lot of catering, pretty much barbecuing every week.
well? Listen,
I
this
got a family, so I do the
that's what I'm
necessary
talking.
things to take care.
Go ahead and plug it in, man. This is the best platform to do it. Plug in your trailer. We can find you.
Yeah, man. Hit up King John Barbecue, man. Y'all want some good barbecue out here in Waller, Texas?
There
That's
you
what I'm.
go, guys. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Go
Wonderful,
ahead.
wonderful, wonderful. Awesome, awesome. It was great having you guys again. We're not sure what happened to Brandon. We lost him there a few moments ago, but he was a great sport. You know what I mean? He turned up and showed us, talked to us, and gave us a lot of information about him and all that. So we just didn't get a opportunity to ask him about his upcoming fight as well. So we I'm not sure what's going on here. He has not. I have not gotten a reply yet. So anyhow, but John, again, as always, you know what I mean. You're welcome back on the show anytime later on. We'll talk boxing again somewhere down the line. But we'll definitely invite you back as well. Havo has always been a great sport. I've known this guy since I was 16 years old. So we go way
And I
back.
apologize if I was out of hand, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, I enjoyed myself, man. I really appreciate you. Nice to meet you, Havo G.
Likewise.
Keith, it's always a pleasure, brother.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Happy to be back anytime, man. Anytime.
Wonderful.
Good
That
luck
is
to you,
awesome.
man. And like your shirt says, keep pushing and reach
Oh
for the
yeah,
moon.
man.
Listen to this saying, White. Reach for the moon, because even if you miss, you're going to be amongst the stars, baby. Good luck to you.
There you go. Again, guys, God bless you guys. And we do it again. We appreciate y'all taking the time to join us here on the show. And until next time, y'all have a great night. Thank you so much.
All right. Bless y'all. Thank you.